calling one and all. Oh yeah, it's a rumbling boss. Can you feel the heat? With spells and swords clashing in the crowded streets. It's a show of strength. It's a wild display. It's a battle in boss. Make way, make way. Fire in their eyes and ice in their veins. Spells lighting up the night like summer rain. Warriors, rogues, and sorcerers too. They're duking it out till the skies turn blue. Oh, they're swinging high, they're swinging low. No mercy here in the magic glow. With every punch, every slash, every hit, the streets alive with the thrill of it. Oh yeah, it's a rumbling boss. Can you feel the heat? With spells and swords clashing in the crowded streets. It's a show of strength. It's a wild display. It's a battle in boss. Make way. Make way. Fire in their eyes and ice in their veins. Spells lighting up the night like summer rain. Warriors, rogues, and sorcerers too. They're duking it out till the skies turn blue. Oh, they're swinging, crackling, and shadows fly. The clash of power, no deny. In the kingdom's heart, where tensions rise. Tonight's the night for the strong to survive. Oh yeah, it's a rumbling boss. Can you feel the heat? With spells and swords flashing in the crowded streets. It's a show of strength. It's a wild display. It's a battle in boss. Make way. Make way. So watch the sparks and the fiery glow. In the streets of Fosh, they're putting on a show. When humans clash with magic might, the kingdom rocks in the thrill of the fights. Welcome to the Rumble in Boss tonight. In Boss tonight.
All right, let me make sure all my channel points actually are or my reward thingies are actually gonna work this stream, because last time I tested them out and it didn't work out so well. So let me do some shit, right? Let me make sure that they actually work. So let's go for the blur overlay. All right, yeah, it's getting chilly. All right, cool. Cool. Do you need the glass break? All right, beautiful. How about music? Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Ah! All right, let's do this. What was this song? I remember like getting this song made and the drop in a beat. There was two of these songs. I had to start off with stuff. That's it. All right, cool. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and do this quickly so we don't have to see what we're doing. Actually, no, we'll keep it as is. Actually, no, I want to have this be like full screen, and I'm not just like cutting off, you know. But yeah. All right, let's do this. Better better yet, actually. Yeah, it's fine. I'm pretty sure y'all want to see the tools that I'm using for this, for all of these, all this stuff. I just don't like the toolbar down there, honestly, you know? That's the only part that I don't like about this. And the, white part on top of the, screen. That's the other part that I don't like, you know? But, it's whatever. It is... whatever. Have it up like so, and... we'll push it in. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. Alright, let's go. So, I want to kind of preference like how I have this layout thing going on, you know? Like why do we have like this swooshy orange stuff, right? So like that top corner up there, like right up here, right? That is where references are going to go. Over on the side over there is going to be where all the main content's going to be, you know? Up there is references and any material that we're using, you know, whether it's a message or some sort of like scripture or whatever the hell, right? Over there is for content. But yeah. Let's see here. Is the ad really gonna play right now? Probably not. Anyway, so we have access to a plethora of songs now, and yeah. So basically, if you go down to the channel points, I'm slowly filling up the channel point in the power-ups and rewards for stream and whatnot, you know? And yeah. So basically, let's see here. If we go ahead, at any point, any y'all can literally just like press the music button and just have the stream play another song. I have a action on a stream, but I have an action set up to play music from a giant ass list in a folder. And basically what that does is it'll play one of those tracks at random, basically. And it is on a 4-minute cooldown so that no songs should play over each other. I don't think any songs that I have are over 4 minutes, right? If there is, then whatever. It'll be like a 2 seconds overlay, I guess. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, are ads actually playing? No, they're not. Twitch just being okay. So I wanted to like pause or do some dialogue in that fucking minute 30, just in case there was an ad playing, but I don't think there was. I think because I play the 3 minutes of ads at the start of the stream, that is Twitch's that should be Twitch's like cue to like not do any more ads for an entire hour, but it keeps on saying, "Oh yeah, an ad's gonna play," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" Because I don't think so. Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
Steel on steel, yeah, the clash is raw. Blades don't talk, they just break the law. Blood in the dirt, bodies in the field, no second chances, no time to heal.
We are going to be working on this purplish shot. In fact, I want to... Should I paint the... No, I cannot. Alright. On this stream, we're working on a game. A 3D game. I could try to paint one, but I can't promise it'd be good. See. But yeah. 3D image. What the hell that is actually? I have no idea. Birmingham, that's what it was. Why am I calling it Birmingham? Good Harry Potter.
from the throne to the pit.
Thank you.
It's all the same. The strong right history, the weak lose the game. Final.
That would be... You know what? Just because I can. For a map in this game, I'll consider making a Birmingham sort of concept-inspired building, you know? This game is going to be a PvP, you know, human versus monster fighting game, you know? And I want there to be, like, a component where you can actually destroy buildings and environments in your fights. So having a giant building to, like, crumble to the ground as you, like, you know, summon your fire blast or tear through walls, right? A building like this would be absolutely insane for that. So I'm definitely considering this now. But yeah, wants me to paint him a whole ocean. I don't have that much painter time. Yeah, I get that. Believe it or not, in college I used to take you know, painting classes, you know, not by choice, but you know, as electives, you know. And honestly, it is quite literally, like, I don't have the patience for that. It's kind of weird. I don't have the patience for painting, you know? But through the modeling, right, I could have a lot of patience for this, because, like, yeah, I want... Nice. But yeah, in college, right, what I used to do for painting, right, is I used to do the fucking bare minimum, honestly, you know? And I found that I still have the patience for fucking painting, you know? And a part of the reason for that is that, like, when it comes to modeling, right? Modeling, I can just start this up, get halfway through, take a break, you know? With painting, right, you can take a break and come back to it, right? But, you know, you have to get everything prepared, you know? Get the paint prepared, you know? Get your colors mixed in, you know? Fucking do all that stuff, right? Fucking get the goddamn Pantone sheet out, you know? This is going to be for a game called Man vs. Monster, MvsM. That's what the acronym in the title actually means. I know it's probably not descriptive enough, but you know. Anyway, so basically, this game is going to be a medieval fantasy game with a open world component and a tournament style fighting layout, you know. The idea is that you and 16 other players will be loaded into a world. You all pick your avatar, weapon, skills, items, whatever the hell, right? You can get items in the world, but you pick your main arsenal right off the bat. And after a certain amount of time of being able to go around, loot, and buy stuff from shops, you're giving someone to fight. It's up to you and the person to kill each other before it's a certain time limit, before the next round starts, where you have to fight someone off again. It keeps on going to get down to the semifinals, and we have a winner declared for the round, you know. The idea is that in this game, fights can happen anywhere, anytime, with anyone. And buildings can be destroyed, so. Right now, I'm working on a herbalist shop, though, for, like, a potion sort of deal, you know. Players to come in there and craft potions, certain materials to use against their opponents or for themselves, of course, right? But yeah. And right now, we've gotten pretty far in the game, relatively, you know? Like, we're basically on a path of working on finishing off another human monster, or another human. We have a monster already made, several other humans and monsters already modeled up, you know? We have, what was it,
Welcome to the circus.
Thank you for the follow. Actually, let me actually show off some of our finished textured up stuff, you know, because we may as well. Let me go off to the file. Let's see here. Go here.
Welcome
Boil.
to the circus.
Thanks for the follow. Let's see here. Let me go. God, there's so many things to choose from. Whenever I have to, like, whenever I want to show off, like, stuff that I have made for the game, it's like, what do I choose first? No. I think I'll go for a monster first. Sorry. I'll go for a. Let's go for the branch first. He'll be He's the most like recent monster that I made or finished up, you know. So it's like, might as well. But yeah, we'll wait for him to load up or not. But yeah, I don't know. I have so many things to like show off that if I wanted to make a whole ass show and tell stream, right, that would last like a whole like 3-4 hours. It's pretty cool. Which is kind of the one of the downsides of like streaming art or 3D art, right? It's like when you have so much stuff to show off, you know, it's like you have a lot of stuff to show off, you know. Is he coming? There he is. Pause on that shit. Nope. Let's see, get this guy up here. Let me actually turn off his glimmer quickly before we take a little dive into this guy. Let's see here. Turn off your glim. Alright, cool. But yeah. You notice, right, we're having a little bit of a cell shading on these characters and whatnot, you know? It's supposed to be very comic-y, like, you know? But mix of, like, you know, being on the real side of things, right? But this guy is called the Branch. Basically, what his whole deal is he is this Walking Dead tree zombie, which in-game you'll be able to essentially have him camouflage within the forest. You'll be able to set himself up as a disguised tree in the forest, where he'll be able to, or you'll as the Branch avatar will be able to recover health and do all sorts of stuff to, you know, gain some advantages, right? The idea of like the monsters, right, is like based on the monster you are going to be playing as, that will allow you to gain resources based off of various areas in the game, right? Like if you're we're calling this plant monster, right? We're calling this a nature type monster. If you're a nature type monster, then you gain benefits if you're in the wild. You gain benefits if you're around like greenery, right? If you're like a beast type monster, you gain buffs from hunting and killing. You know, that's kind of how we're going with this game. You know, based on what you are and what you want to play as, ideally, you want to play. You know, which is I think it'd be pretty cool. You know, it gives the player rewards for being the character they want to be in the game, the fighter they want to be in this game. Not to mention, this is how we started. This is how we ended. But yeah, essentially, that's the whole idea, you know? Freedom in your fighting game. So I feel like, you know, in a game where, like, you could just become anything, right? In a game where you're fighting several people, right? You should be able to utilize who you are as a monster to, you know, try and not die, you know? That's, to me, it's kind of important. As I mentioned, it's a new flavor, you know, when it comes to, what we're doing here, you know? It's a lot of games, right? It's like, you go around, you find a bunch of guns, right? You find, you know, sticky bombs and whatnot. You know, that's all fun, right? But how many games out there are like medieval fantasy, you know, with monsters? You know, imagine like running up on a like a fucking fire dragon motherfucker in Fortnite or some shit, right? It'd be incredibly odd, but in the idea of that game, if that game was to be a, you know, have to do with it, you know, fantasy, right? That would be kind of interesting, you know. But yeah, let me go ahead and do this quickly. Sweet. But yeah. Oh yeah, let me pull up the reference of the flower shelf. Put that reference right here. where it's supposed to go on the overlay. Alright. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to not simulate these herbs exactly, but just make it a filler prop for this shelf, basically. We have a healer shop we're working on, the herbalist shop. Doubles as both a herb shop and a healer shop for the player. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this. But yeah. Well, this. Alright. But what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to be making this high poly, right? Then I'm going to be making a low poly to go over this thing. What that will do is allow me to have this level of detail on each leaf without having so many polygons on this vine bunch of herbs, basically. That's kind of how you get like a vegetation map, you know? If you ever noticed, like in a game like Call of Duty or Dead Island, what's that one in the game? Nathan Drake, right? Most of the time in those forests, right, the vegetation is flat. Everything is just a flat plane. Therefore, usually, there's something baked onto those planes. You know, detail-wise. And that is what I'm doing right here. But yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, truthfully, I can have as many polygons on this thing as I want as the high poly. Whatever the hell I have to do to make the high poly decent, you know? But to mention, too, I would love to take this branch into ZBrush into the program to modify the look of the vine itself, you know? Not gonna do it right now because, you know, working off of a smooth pipe system is a lot better than working on a dangled up, chewed up vine, you know? I can imagine. but yeah, so there. Do this quickly. In fact, let me actually, while I go off and get the track list to play some more music for the stream, because personally, I can't work without any music or sound in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'll have you all gaze upon our ring blade for the game. Whatever weapons for the game. The idea for this here ring blade is that you will be given two of these. Two of these, you know, they you know, they swing around the player's wrist, right? And once they're let go, they can throw them at their opponents, right? And this middle ring up here, right? This will be dangling and jingling in the handle, creating a wind chime effect whenever you, or sound effect, whenever you throw this across the map, you know? So if your opponents, if you hear wind chimes, or, you know, whatever the hell, it's probably a good idea to duck, or get out of the way, you know? Because it ain't, it's nothing good coming your way, you know? You'll be taking some massive blade or, you know, massive damage from the blades. Let's see here. Where is the track list that I had? There we go. Found it. Let's go right there, and go right there, and which one should we play? Let's go for Cold Ass Guns. I love this song from the list. It has nothing to do with this game, but to me it's kind of funny. Anyway. Ring blade. I should call it a wrist blade. A wrist blade instead of a ring blade, you know, because it's going on the wrist, you know, not the ring, or not the finger. But yeah. Imagine a frisbee, a sharp frisbee, to just fling at someone's head, you know? But yeah. That's basically what it is. But yeah. We have all types of, magic weapons made, swords, shields, bows, crossbows, even some instruments. Honestly, I know we do have plans to add a bard class to this game. You know, a bard class for, of course, supplying buffs. You know, and negative effects towards opponents, right? But yeah, like imagine, what do you call it? Imagine a game like Apex, but instead of like a bunch of like hunters, right? Or what do you call those people in that game? Assassins, mercenaries, killers, whatever. Imagine that, but a bunch of like D&D like classes, you know? But yeah, let's see. Alright, go ahead. I'm trying to make sure that, right? I'm going to go ahead and show the example of what I'm doing with these leaves over here. Alright, just because. So I'm going to go ahead and move this thing up a little bit, just so we can have better clearance on that. Alright. Let's see here.
This is it. I'm taking a job.
So,
It's about damn time to say so long. She keeps taking my shit. Stole the dog in my back, rolling a press. She thinks she's slick, hiding her wisdom,
yeah.
but ain't nothing to
And do some UV editing. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all these. Optimize. Layouts. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab these planes right here. Let's go ahead and toss them into the folder. Let's go for environment props. Herbalist shop list. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and make a folder called test. But I thought in uppercase E. Test. Bring all of these. Oh, let me make sure all this is all part of one singular thing. Let's go for standard one. I'll give a shit. Let's go for an export. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll call these leaves low, and we'll go ahead and call these right here. Where is this? Doesn't matter if we have this on a texture or all on one texture. Bring this here. Let's go high on here. Wait for that to export. And advantage. Alright, bring me the leaves. See here. I need ambient occlusion. Let's go ahead and bring in that high poly. Make sure we have the path selected. Make sure we have the path selected. Height, vent normals, and yeah, go ahead and pull this up. Alright. Let's see here. I'll put this on 2K. 2K, I'll give this thing a subsample of 4. Right. Oh my god, let me do this first. ID map. Let's go for text color, and there we go. Hold up. Wait for this thing to do its thing. That's cool. And I have to do one change. We actually have to make these high polys with one texture. Alright. What I'm doing right now is I'm basically making the silhouette of the leaf. and whatnot. Oh, let me actually do this.
No one can truly hide.
Let's see here. Let me check here. Characters, Baker, let's see here. Go ahead and just redo the color and select that. Select the leaf and then do a add layers and inverts. There we go. If you ever wonder, what are trees made out of in games? It's this, you know? Like leaves or branches on trees, right? Or large plants, right? This is what it is. And you would never know. You would never know at first glance. But yeah. Anyway. Let's see here. I'm looking at texture now. See which ones I want to use these leaves. You know, and just to, see which textures do what. This would be cool for like a carpet level, carpet style detail. You know. Let's see here. What about this? Interesting. Anyway, an ad's gonna play here. Let's take a little break. I have to export this thing out and get into Maya anyway, so when we come back, we'll be back in Maya. Let's see. Till the ads play though, let me go into this. What was our texture thing called again? It was AI, right? Standard texture. Okay, yeah. Alright, and we added that. Right. Let's go for a generator. Go for a add generator. Let's go for a curvature. Color. Alright. Those on YouTube. How's it going? Magic flares and steel shines bright in the cobbled streets where the shadows fall. The clash of power echoes calling. I'm gonna just actually. I'm gonna go ahead and add a change that I put on a high poly. All right, this will look ugly for now, but I have an idea. That'll work. Put this on. Let's put this on 5 for height, and then oops, put this on 10 for curvature. Right. Curvature has normal on, doesn't it? It does. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and make this a folder. Alright, folder, let's go for an add layer, height to normal. Height to normal. Alright. Bring that down, bring this up. Now, show me what normal looks like. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Now, give me. Let's go for a tiny one of these maps. Let's go for just height in general. Going for this. Alright, cool. The idea, of course, is we need to make this thing just a little bit you know? Because we're not going to be using height maps. I want to preface that, alright? We're not going to be using any height maps in this game. We're going to be using normal maps and maybe a little bit of displacement, you know? But you know, displacement maps are basically height maps, but like, you know. But basically, we're not going to be using any we call it, we're not going to be using any height maps for our props, but we might be using a displacement map for our buildings, of course, you know? Just because it makes more sense, you know? Just because it makes more sense. Oh, that's right. Add that. Alright. Make this a little bit lighter. Right to look at as we're adding this to the high poly in Maya. Because I think it'd be a lot better if we were like this. So let's go ahead and enact this tactic that I'm doing. Let's go ahead and do some baking or exporting. We'll call these leaves exported maps. All we need for this is the base color, the normal, and the opacity. That's all we need. So I am going to be doing this, alright? Leaves test. Let's go ahead and do an export. Export textures. Let's go ahead and make a new template. I'm going to add two of these and one of these. Alright. In fact, I'm gonna do this actually. I'm gonna be taking from stuff, alright? Possibly. If it will let me. Let's go for normal. Let's go for, let me see here.
Welcome to the Rumble.
Yeah. And just because, why not, let's go for the gray map. I'm gonna export the with opacity. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this here, test opacity, and export this into our herbs folder. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this into the test, export files, go here, go there, bam, abracadabra, and nice. Give this a whole new file and then a whole ass new name, alright? I'm gonna go for standard surface, we'll call these here herb leaves. We'll go ahead and pull this up in shader. Alright. Let's go ahead and export all these into here. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring... That's whatever. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Texture is going to be similar to basically. And because I like to be a little bit particular, I'm gonna put this on the aim inclusion and put this on a raw, alright? Now, I don't give a flying fuck about, like, if the, on how this leaf looks right with normal camera. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this bump to a tangent, alright?
Are you ready for ooh? Let's go, let's go.
Then I'm going to, can I do this actually? Should be able to. I should be able to. R. Fuck it, whatever. Normal. Nah. It's whatever. Alright, or what tells opacity map what tells opacity map what is going to be transparent, what's not going to be transparent, is black to white ratios. So, if we go ahead and apply it down there, we should get our texture. Which is actually working out pretty damn well, because over here, you know, we can see the transparency already going through. But, you know, that's what we expected. Thing is, though, I am going to put this down so it's less of an eyesore. Alright. Now, I can go ahead and high our high poly curves. Curves high. Go ahead and hide these, and now we have these for us. Now let's put it on 8, see what it looks like with this. Okay, we're getting more of that color. Let me go to the base color, put this on a 1. And put the inclusion on a 0.5. Let's go for a lower amount on that aim inclusion. And the normal map, let's go. Alright. Alright, good enough for me. Alright, so now, what I can do now, instead of going for all of these high poly leaves, right, which will definitely cause some crashing, what I can do now is I could just simply use these leaves as such, because the leaves are going to be baked on as... The leaves are going to be baked on, like this, like this anyway, right? So, technically, we don't need to apply all of those high polys, technically. But yeah. However, I don't know. I could do it like this in order to, like, add on some, like... Actually, no. What am I gonna do with this? I could add these leaves to the ground for, like, extra effect. It'd be no problem. It'd be, like, extra detail to add. If I instead go with the high poly map that we're already going with, that could invite some interesting stuff. I'll do that. I'll apply the high poly to wherever it needs to be, and then I'll go ahead and bake that. No problem. But yeah. What I'm gonna consider doing actually. Let's go to ZBrush real quickly. I have an idea. Let's go to the leaves. Alright. What's happening? shader. Wait for ZBrush to pull it open. The thing is, I don't want to continue working on this these vines if my is going to be lagging. You know, that ain't good. That ain't fun. So I want to bring this down to a low amount of polygons in the leaves, just so that mine doesn't blow itself up, right? And so that the save times don't end up being like 50,000 years, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to each one of these leaves. Actually, let's go ahead and let's go to all of them. Actually, let's go ahead and decimate everything. All right, pre-process everything, and then we'll go ahead and bring these things down to maybe about like 10 polygons, probably. On.
Magic ignites shadows creep.
Whatever. Let's go for... I think we'll go for about 20,000 polygons, honestly. We'll try 10,000 polygons, but we'll enter 20. See if that works. Alright. Ready. Bring this down to 20. Let me actually do this first. Right. Alright. So now let's go for the 20,000. Process it. Bring it down. I don't know about this. It's fine. Whatever, let's go. Bring me down to 35.
Steel, yet the clash is raw. Blades don't talk, they just break the law. Blood in the dirt, bodies in the field, no second chances, no time to heal.
Yeah.
Magic ignites, watch a fire spray. Shadows creeping, gotta fight, not pray. Life's a gamble, every move's a risk. Miss your mark, you'll cease to
From a
exist.
distance, you wouldn't really notice if it was all fluffy, you know, so I think it's fine.
Grind, rise up or fall. Every step's a war, every breath's a fight. Survive the day or vanish in the night.
Bring me down to another 35,000 polygons.
Fangs in the dark, yeah, they're coming in packs. Arrows rain down, better watch your back. Trust is a blade, it'll cut you in two. Lies in the court, poison in the brew. Kings want power, but the people want bread. One wrong move and you'll end up dead. Armored up heavy, but the fear still creeps. Even in dreams, there's no time for peace.
Right. Next one, let's go and put it down to a 35.
Every step's a war, every breath's a fight. Survive the day or vanish in the night.
If this works,
Axes swing fast.
replace all those
Shields
leaves
hit harder.
with
No
this.
safe
Alright.
zones, no easy harbor. From the throne to the pit.
Export this out.
It's all the same. The strong write history, the weak lose the game. Final.
Herb leaves. Go for high. We'll call these things mid polys.
Hard world, sharp edge, no room
Mid.
to crawl. Medieval grind, rise up.
Believe it or not, there is 3 types of polygons, or models, right? There are the low polys, mid polys, and high polys. Usually you bake the high polys onto the low polys, but if the polygon or if the mesh doesn't need a lot of detail, you can easily go for a mid poly to bake onto the low poly. You know? Like, it's based on, like, what you're trying to do. you know? And because these are just fucking leaves, it wouldn't be so hard or complicated. Do all that. I am going to keep these high quality leaves on these meshes over here, right? These planes. But we do now have some mid-poly leaves.
In the world of food, nothing's as it seems. Nightmares and daylight torn at the
Bring it in.
seams. Each path is a riddle, each turn's a surprise. And ook, even heroes have fear in their eyes.
Let's go.
Through haunted woods and deserts.
Let's go ahead and bring this to a Lambert, not that Lambert. Let's go Lambert, let's go standard 1. Standard circus 1.
With spells that dance and swords that bite, enemies and allies blend. In Oog's strange circus, there's no end.
Alright, now, these are
heroes have fear in their
low on polygons, so we should be fine with these.
Nightmares in daylight torn at the seams. Each path is a riddle, each turn's a surprise. In Ook, even heroes have fear in their eyes. Beyond the dark, there's a sliver of light.
The beauty of making a fantasy world, right, is that anything you do can technically be logical, you know? If I want to make these leaves absolutely huge, you know, I could just be like, yo, that's just how the plant goes, man. Sometimes you get a big leaf, sometimes you get a small leaf, you know? But yeah, let's see here. How many leaves should we add to this thing? You know? Let's go. Let's go with this. Let's go. But yeah. Let's go ahead and place this around here. Now, I'm not trying to cover this entire goddamn thing with these, you know? But be opposed to going down that route. Go right there with that. Alright. But yeah, simply making this entire vine thingy like a plane, right? That is going to be a lot better than like making this, like having each leaf be its own individual mesh. If y'all ever played a game, now I'm not trying to like rip on someone's game, you know, because I'm pretty sure anyone who works on a game knows how long this stuff can take and how much effort these games take to make, you know? No matter what it is, right? And one thing that I noticed in one game that kind of bites is a game called, not really bites, more or less it's the developer didn't know exactly what they were doing, you know? It was a game called Yandere Simulator. Now, I never played the game before, but I've watched the documents on like how bad the game was. I love watching documentary videos on like how decrepit and bad a development process was, you know, because that tells me what not to do. But sometimes it's fun because, you know, we're looking into the experience of someone who may not be as experienced and might be doing their first projects, right? And it's always fun to see, you know, because it's like watching someone break into the realization of, like, what they shouldn't do, you know? It's always, to me, it's always fun. Sometimes funny. But yeah. Anyway. What I'm saying is, should call it, Yandere Simulator, for his game, he made every single leaf its own mesh. If 5 leaves came rustling down from the trees, that would be an individual fucking model. Like, that's not how it works. That is like, if one leaf at the bare minimum is 2 polygons, having a full tree with like 500 fucking leaves, that would be about like approximately about 1,000 or so. Because, you know, in these games, if you have tree mechanics right, which this guy did, these leaves can, like, flutter off, right? They're not coming off of the tree itself, but these leaves will flutter off, as in, you know, having the tree, with the branch being an emitter for these leaf meshes. Therefore, on top of having already 1,000 different fucking leaves on a tree, the developer also made the tree, like, shoot out fucking leaves, you know? Not really shoot out, but, like, have, like, it emit leaves from the tree. Each one was a mesh, you know? I feel like in game design, right, people mistaking large numbers for good stuff, you know? But yeah, I feel like in games, a lot of people mistaken big numbers for being good things, you know? Meaning good things in games. Because, like, I'll tell you right now, alright? The one thing that makes every game complicated is the optimization of the game, you know? Everything needs to be optimized, you know? By the way, and add my play here in a couple seconds when that happens. Take a little break, alright? But yeah. A game needs to be able to function on its own, right? And that's the whole thing about a game, you know? If someone just like made a game and just start to finish, right, didn't think about anything they're adding to the game or whatever, right? That game would be unrunnable, you know? Unless the game has a very low polygon count or whatever the hell, you know, it's not gonna be runnable. Like, that's the thing about game design now. Everything is a goddamn process, you know? Everything is a process. But yeah. So, anyway, an ad's playing right. For those on YouTube, right? Once those ads are done, definitely, I'll turn the music back on. All right. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and do this for a second or two. See here. All right. Let me do this. Make sure everyone's back from the damn ads. Right. And sweet. But yeah. What I was saying before is, in game design, the one thing you always have to worry about and always consider is the optimization of the game itself. That is a crucial step, you know? And to kind of go over that, right, to make sure your game is operatable, you need to have your game, you still need to have your game have, like, the best optimized models, you know? And that's really all it is, like, optimize your models, make sure you're not using too high textures, make sure you're, you know, that your game can be run smoothly, you know? And how do you do that? How do you make things run smoothly in a game, right? And the answer is pretty simple. Limit the amount of things that are happening in the game at a single time. That is how it works. Like, limit the amount of things that have to be generated in the game at one time, and your game will be running smoothly. You know? For example, one of the benefits of having a player go off screen to, like, equip some armor or whatever, right, is that you don't have to animate those animations of, like, the guy putting on his armor, right? But also, the animation could also lead to some fucking issues when it comes to the computer, or comes to the player, because the computer has to see that. If the computer has to see that and recognize that's happening, that also puts a damper on the fucking power of the game. If you want to make your game run smoothly, make less things run, you know? Or, better yet, just be creative about it, you know?
This is our stand.
Some people, a good game designer and a good animator will be able to utilize these constraints as creative choices more than they are constraints. You know? But yeah. See here. We do this real quickly. Go ahead and do that. Sorry, I'm putting a mark. Stuff. Add marker. Alright, cool. But yeah. Anyway, that's really what it is about games, you know? Like, just make sure that, like, whatever you add to the game has a goddamn purpose. A lot of times, which also doesn't work to the benefit of, like, development and making the game come out in general. But what people also do is they'll basically add more and more and more to the damn game, right? And what that does is it pushes the game back, you know? It sets the goalpost even further, you know? And not to mention, right, if you add so much stuff to a game, that's going to tamper with the runnability and the fluency of that game, alright? You have to know what is logical to add and what is not logical to add, you know? Something might be a cool thing for a game, you know? You might think of an amazing idea for a game, but if you have no idea how to optimize it down to be at a runnable state, you should not add it because it's not going to make the game better if it makes the game worse. You know? That's literally what it is. Like, Christ. And so many games fuck it up for some reason. Like, Christ. the one thing you should be worrying about your game is if players can run it fluently. Like, Christ! But yeah. Sit here though. But yeah. Follow me to do this real quickly. Do a little bit of a save. Alright. But yeah. But yeah, that's my fucking rant on games, you know? Like, and that's honestly, like, the main reason why a lot of games are messing it up, you know? Like, and I'm not just talking about fucking, whatchamacallit, indie games, you know? Indie games are allowed to mess up. In my opinion, right, indie games are allowed to be janky, they're allowed to be messy, they're allowed to be not perfect, you know? They're allowed to be, you know? Because as an indie game, right, you're not being... There's not a big-ass budget, right? Involved, usually, you know? But yeah. But in the AAA games, right, it is, to me, it's evident. There's so much shit going on that doesn't need to be going on, you know? And that's the thing, right? Like, there are, I mean, if there's so much shit going on in a game, that hurts the game sometimes, you know? I think of a game like Suicide Squad, right? That game has so much shit going on at once that I could not tell you what one mission the game was about, really, you know? But maybe it's my memory being shitty, but like, Christ! That game had it all, you know? Literally. It had it all. But yeah. But people mistaken that sometimes, you know? Like, less is more sometimes, you know? But yeah. But yeah. Let's go. Let's go and add this here. Come on. Let's go. That looks great. Not bad. Alright. Let's add one leaf down here just to make it look like, you know, this thing has been picked, you know? Like, the person who, like, owns this shop, he or she, probably a she, is picking at this, herb stem, you know? Like, visibly, it's losing leaves. So,
beast with tales untold in this world so wild, fierce and bold. Poison trees with the deadly
let's go ahead and add some right here.
that leads astray.
Is this the same? No, it's not. Never mind.
Lines in the land of
I would say if the same leaf was in the same location like 5 times, that'd be
your path.
interesting.
What's your call? Will you rise or will you fall?
I don't know. The way I model stuff, right, is I like to go for a natural feel, you know? Nothing is perfect. Nothing has to be perfect, you know?
Every model, they come alive.
But yeah.
Join the journey, stay a while, and see the story in 3D style. Hey, come one, come all to the land of Ooh, where legends rise
Let's go.
and monsters brood. Each hero, each beast, with tales untold in this world so wild.
Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Alright. Let's go right here with that.
Kings may fall and armies fade, but the fire inside
Let's
will
go.
never trade. Adventures soar on wings of fate in the land of Ood. It's never too late. Come one, come all to the land of Ood, where legends rise and monsters brood.
Go like so.
With tales untold.
Wow.
This
Go.
world so wild, fierce and bold. The story grows,
And
the journey calls.
let's go right there with that. I'll move this up.
Shadowed halls. Stay a while.
Right.
The fight's not through. Welcome to Ook. It's waiting for you.
I'll add this right here now. Anywhere where there seems like there could be like a curve or a bend or something of that sort, that is where I want to add these leaves, you know? But yeah. Let's see here. Alright. By the way, some of these songs we're playing here, they're about the game. But yeah. But yeah. So
She's a spark in the dark. I'm a hero brave to creatures strange. It's a world where fates are bound
let's see
to change.
here.
Seen the models now want to fight. Step into the stories each streaming night. They come one, come all to the land of Ood, where
Is this the same leaf? I don't know. I made 3 leaves because just to make it look more natural, you know? Because imagine seeing a tree and every leaf is the same leaf, you know? Same crease marks, same look, same design, same everything, right? It would look... People wouldn't notice that, but this is one of those things where, like, this is one of those details where, like, it's not gonna be noticeable if it's not there, you know? It works both ways, basically, you know? It won't be noticeable, but it will be noticeable if it's not there, you know? That's kind of the idea too, you know? Like, figure out what details will be there, or what details need to be there, which details will be distracted, you know? Knowing which details need to be there versus what details don't need to be there is, in my opinion, almost paramount to art, you know? Like, if it's not there, will people notice? That is the stuff that I always think about when it comes to my art, you know? Like, will it be noticeable if I skip it, you know? But yeah. Turn this light off real quickly. I might need to get new lights for the side thing over here. It's starting to flicker. Got a goddamn fucking poltergeist over here, babe. God damn it. Let's see here. Alright, so now I'm gonna do this. Bring that up. Alright.
There's a twisted tree they call the branch standing tall. It's purple welts drip poison deep. One touch of
Right.
puts heroes to
Put
sleep.
that there.
Come on to the land of Ook, where legends rise and monsters brood. Each hero, each beast with tales untold. In this world so
But yeah.
wild, fierce and bold. There's David Strong with
Go
iron
like
will.
there.
Let's
move this thing upwards a little bit.
To thrill, with armor gleaming, his heart set true.
Up
Every strike
and
he
right
blocks
there.
is one saved for you.
Alright, cool.
Then Ernie Benson, tough as they
Alright, make this leaf a little bit bigger than the rest, just to give it some character.
with arrow drawn, she hits her mark. Sweet and deadly,
Let's go.
she's a spark in the dark. From heroes brave to creatures strange, it's a world where fates are bound to change. You've seen the models, now watch them.
Let's go ahead and add it like so.
Stories each stream at night. Hey, come on.
Now, the beauty of these stems, right, is that based on where the leaf has to be or going to be on the model right here, it depends on how big those leaves have to be, which also makes it look more natural, you know? I didn't purposely do that, but, like, it's a pretty neat tactic, you know? That I might consider in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and copy these leaves now and paste, or not paste them, copy these leaves and put them over here. Alright, on this side as well. Specifically at the end, right here, then, let's go halfway, then one up here. Alright. Let's go ahead and attach this now. Right. Let's move this down. As if this leaf is about to like drop off of the off this thing. Whoa. Nope. Let's go right here, pull this thing up, stick it in, and over here, pull this in like so. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and grab this, put it right there. Let's go. Stick it right there. Alright. Sweet. Love it. Let's go ahead and bring this over here. Add this. Bring that right there. And this will go right on top of here. God, I realize I haven't even named this fucking plant yet. What should this... Okay, what should this herb plant be named? Except for weed. You know? I'm thinking I don't want to name this plant like the normal kind, you know? Because tagging it as the normal type, it basically locks its potential in a way. Giving it a custom name will give it some form of some form of originality in a way, you know? It also opens the doors to add several effects for this leaf, you know? But yeah. Bring this up here like so, and stick this right here. There you go, almost like a weird ass fuck am I on? Like a weird fan look, you know? In fact, so they're doing like this. What polygons is that? Which one is the bendiest? That's the bendiest one. Alright. We'll add this up to here. Right. Bring this up here. Stick it in. Alright. There and alright, cool. Yeah, let's pull this up a little bit. Alright. Sweet. And then I'll go ahead and copy this thing right. And we'll go ahead and start layering this thing across this entire vine stuff over here. Pull this up. Whoops. Pull it up like so. Anywhere where I can stick these these leaves in right to give this thing a natural like vegetation feel, you know? That is what's going to give us a lot of our potential. But yeah. So, right. I almost want actually here. I have an idea. How many? I have an idea. Watch this. So let me do this. Roll, redeem. Okay. Okay, how many leaves should we add to this vine? 12. We'll add 12 more. So 1. Two. 3. 'Alright. Alright there. 4. 5.
Water flows where the power shakes. Fire roars, the ice remakes. It's the magic of life, it's give and take. Oh, swirl the spells.
Yeah, let's move this over here, actually.
Watch them twirl.
Go right here with this.
Medieval, mystical world. Alchemy of elements, wild and free. Magic's the rhythm of our fantasy.
Alright. Then we'll go from 6 to 12, one of these other ones. Let's go for the for this one.
If you wanna cast a spell, you gotta bring your might.
This will be 6.
The water, let it burn so bright. Earth and lightning heal the fight. It's a magical world and it feels so right. Dark and light, they dance, they play.
Alright.
Gravity pulls in a mystical way. Feel the power, the magic's real. It's a spellbound life, it's the ultimate deal. Magic's in the
Alright.
air, can you feel the
Go
spark?
like so.
Fire blaze, shadows hide in the dark.
This is 6.
Flows, the healing's divine. In this world of spells, we shine, shine, shine.
Alright. 6. 7. Go like so. Alright. 8.
Oh, let me show you magic, the kind
Alright.
you've never seen. Fire and ice collide, it's the stuff of dreams. Lightning strikes, water flows, or trembles on the scene. In the world of spells and power, where we're ruling light.
9. Let's go for 9.
You've got the fire to ignite the night. The ice so cold, it's a chilling fight. Feel the lightning shocking
There.
bright. Magic's power, it's a guiding light. The water bends, it swirls and spins. Healing flows
This
where
right
all begins.
here like
Darkness
so.
whispers a tempting sin. Gravity pulls, let the
Alright.
show begin. Oh,
An ad will play here in a couple seconds. If that, when that happens, we'll take a little break, alright?
through the night, light will guide while shadows creep. This magic world is yours to keep.
But yeah,
If you wanna cast a spell, you gotta bring your might.
So-
Mix the fire with the water, let it burn so bright. Earth and lightning heal the fight.
Alright.
It's a magical world and it feels so
bring this
right.
here.
And light, they dance,
Alright.
they play. Gravity pulls in a mystical way. Feel the power, the magic's real. It's a spellbound life, it's
Alright.
the ultimate
Couple
deal.
more left. About 2 more.
The earth will rumble, stones will rise. A healing touch to clear the skies. Darkness looms with a daring prize, but light's return will mesmerize. Gravity holds, it bends and breaks. Water flows where the power shakes. Fire roars, the ice remakes. It's the magic of life, it's give and take. Oh, swirl the spells, watch them twirl. It's an medieval, mystical world.
Alright,
Alchemy of
give a little bit of a
elements,
save.
wild and free. Magic's the rhythm of our fantasy. If you wanna cast a spell, you gotta bring your might.
Alright,
Mix the fire with the water, let it burn so bright. Earth
Alright.
and lightning heal the
Yeah.
fight. It's a magical world and
back
it
pain.
feels so
Alright,
dark and light,
do
they
this real
dance, they
quickly.
play. Gravity pulls in a mystical way. Feel the power, the magic's real.
Alright,
It's a spellbound life, it's the ultimate deal.
alright. God.
Air, can you feel the spark?
And just like that,
Fire blaze, shadows hide in the
just
dark.
like that, we have a
Divine. In this world,
we have a
spells
goddamn
shine, shine.
a decent vine of herbs. Alright, so recall this here, vine curve. Alright, let's go. Alright. Not good. Alright. I almost want to try something actually. Let me do one thing first, alright? I want to give this a test. I want to try and use some of the tools that we have in my just because. Just because, you know. Let's see here. We go ahead and can I do this actually? Should have like gen or X gen somewhere. Oh, whatever. I'll do it like this. Let's see, density tool. Alright. We'll have these here. We'll go from. Let's see here. And this, right? For this description, we'll go ahead and do. Herb leaves. All right. All right. Let's see here. I think what we'll do now. What I'm gonna do is I am going to. It's already time for stream end. So this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I am going to. I'm gonna head off real quickly. All right, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Oh, I'm here. Oh, whatever. What I'm going to do is I am going to take my time to learn some X-Gen tools, alright? And tomorrow, we will continue and possibly finish up the, possibly try and finish up this here thing, alright? This, shelf and whatnot, you know?